All right, and we are back with another episode of the Headshot Comedy Podcast. Today we got Cowboy Fly on.
Yeah, Cowboy Fly, your local neighborhood toxic guy.
Toxic guy, yeah. That's a brand, man.
Right.
How you doing today?
I'm good. How about you, man?
Good, hanging in there. You know, been working, trying to make videos and shit.
Right.
Yeah, I got shows and everything, but yeah, we got March 3rd at Lit Cafe out in Millington. So
Excited about it.
it's gonna be a good show. Millington's a fun crowd. I've worked that room before. It's all right.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Crowd's a little vocal there,
Right.
but you know, they just like to talk back. So yeah, just got you here. We're gonna ask a few questions so that the people out there know you a little bit better.
All right.
So first things first, how'd you get started in comedy?
Well, actually, I've been a fan of comedy all my life, and I didn't even realize that I was a student of comedy at a young age until I got older and I started wanting to do it. And I was just learning so many skills. I watched so many different comedians.
Yeah.
So just when the time was right when I started to do it. I've been knowing D-Lion for a long time, Derek Lyon comedian too. So when I saw he was doing comedy, I was like, hey, where can I come do comedy? And my first time was going to Chuckles, came to Chuckles.
That's a good place to start at.
Right. Yeah. That's where I started. Yeah. So.
Okay. So you say you're a student of comedy. Who's on your comedy Mount Rushmore? Like if you had to pick together, the big hitters.
For me.
Yeah.
Okay, I got this thing. My favorites and the greatest are not the same.
Fair enough. Yeah, you can recognize they might be your favorite,
Right,
but then there's other metrics.
If I could say the greatest, I would be like Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle.
For sure.
Therefore, I'll go Bernie Mac.
Okay.
But my favorites though,
Yeah.
would be Chappelle number one.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Michael Collier. This is no specific order, but Chappelle number one. Chappelle, Michael Collier. I'm gonna go Cat Williams.
Okay. Yeah.
Bernie Mac. That fifth spot is kind of tricky. It's kind of tricky. We gonna come back and revisit.
Okay.
That.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I might have some honorable mentions in there too.
Sure. If it comes to you, let me know.
Right.
But yeah, it's tough to pick out your favorites. There's just so many comics out there.
Exactly.
Like you don't want to leave people out.
And everybody's so different. Everybody got different styles. So.
Yeah. It's like asking someone what's your favorite music.
Right.
Like that might
exactly.
It might vary day to day.
Exactly. Yeah.
So for you, like when you've been at it for what, like a year now?
A little over a year now.
A little over a year. So for you, like where do jokes come from?
Everyday situations. Like I never just sit down and write like, okay, I'm gonna write today. When I see something on the fly, I'm like, ooh, I can make a joke about that. Or just in regular conversation with people, it just comes to me like just from day-to-day situation.
Yeah, like you have you say something to someone, you've been like, oh, like shit, that might be a bit.
Exactly.
Yeah. I feel like that's a lot of where it comes from. Like those are the bits that always seem to like hit the hardest.
Right, exactly.
Is when you just know like, oh shit, there's something here.
Yeah.
I got to take that on stage. Okay, so this is a little bit deeper. Like, what do you think separates a good joke from a great joke?
A good joke from a great joke. That's a great question. First of all, I'm gonna say it's always subjective.
Sure.
But I think what separates a good joke from a great joke is the amount of people that it can reach. Like your punch. Like if the more people that can catch that joke from different demographics of where they from, like I think that could make it a great joke.
When it's not specific to one demographic.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly. Mass appeal. I like that.
A universal joke, basically. A universal joke would be a great joke.
Right. If it
you
reaches
can do it in any
more people.
room. Right.
So, like, by that metric, like, would you say, like, Laffy Taffy jokes, like puns and stuff like that? Or, because sometimes those are, like, the silly ones. Those are the ones that seem to translate well.
Nah, actually, those are good jokes. Those are what jokes are.
Yeah, there's artistic value to it.
Are,
like,
yeah,
it's a little funny, but, you know, sometimes it's, like, easy. But I don't think that's any easier than going for, like, shocking shit.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so doing it in a year, what are any like pet peeves that you have in comedy, either in like dealing with other comics or dealing with audience, just anything that like sort of frustrates you about it?
I don't think it's anything like as far as like dealing with comedy or people or anything. I think my own personal pet peeves is my own personal get up and go. Like sometimes I don't want to go, but I can't stop myself from doing it. Like it's the addiction for me of the stage.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like the love-hate thing where like you might not feel like getting up on stage,
but I gotta do it. Right.
It's like going to the gym.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
You're gonna feel better after it's done.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So when you're not doing comedy, how do you spend your time?
I'm working. I work a day job, and I'm just talking about watching and doing comedy. That's it. Like
That's your focus?
Yeah.
Tunnel vision.
And I've got to the point now where I started taking naps, and I appreciate naps so much more now because I
Naps
never
are
took naps
underrated.
in my life. Yes, they are.
Yeah,
yes, they
I
are.
like a good midday nap, like
For
right
sure.
after lunch.
Yeah, it could be an hour, 30 minutes, whatever, but those are the best ones, though.
Yeah, wake up feeling refreshed, ready to go. Plus, like the late night vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
Like if you go all day,
Right.
especially working, like if you wake up early and go all day, it's hard to get out. And like
Yeah.
you might not go up on stage till 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Right, exactly.
Like, yeah.
That's my daily technique. That's my routine. I go to work, I come home, I eat, I take me a nap, and I get ready to go do comedy. That's my routine.
Yeah, yeah. Did you eat today?
Yeah, I did.
What'd you have?
I had chicken tenders right before I came here.
All right, right on.
I ate Mexican food earlier for lunch, and I had chicken tenders when I came home.
Shit, man, you got a fucking bomb brewing
I got
in
a
there.
boiler making one. Yes, for sure. Any alcohol gonna sit this bitch out.
Oh my god, yeah, that's just the fuse you need. Okay, so if you could bring any fictional character to life and hang out with them, who would it be, and what would y'all do?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Yeah, silly.
Like not so much as like cartoonish, but just like from a movie of anything.
Any fictional character. So yeah, it could be a movie character.
It would definitely be Lou Dorchin from Hot Tub Time Machine.
I haven't watched that one.
Really?
Who plays that in?
Hot Tub. What's the guy? Shit, I don't even know his real name. I'm trying to think of something.
I know there's Craig T. Robinson in it. Who I don't remember the other stars.
You watch Ballers with The Rock?
No,
HBO?
I've seen the previews for that and I've never got into it.
I can't even think of his real name. I feel bad about it. I just know him as Lou Dorchin. Like he's typecasted.
That's
in my head
how
as
well
Lou.
he played the character.
Exactly.
That's all you could think of him.
Exactly.
Okay.
He's typecasted as Lou Dorchin in my head.
And what would y'all do? Just hang out in the hot tub?
Do shit. Nah, not in the hot tub.
Not in the hot tub.
Nah, just do wild shit though. Just his energy on that move was like, yeah, I kick with this guy.
I gotta go check and watch that so I can see what kind of
For
day y'all
sure.
be in for.
1 and 2.
Oh yeah,
watch
they
one
made the
and
2
two,
ones.
yeah.
Yeah. I miss out on so many movies. I can't remember the last movie I actually went and saw,
Oh, yeah.
like in the theaters. If you could relive any day that you've already lived, what would it be?
Just the feeling I get from the first when I watched my son being born, my firstborn child.
That's a good one.
That was a different feeling. I've never felt that before.
Like, what was the feeling that you had? Was it like relief or like excitement? Like
It's actually impossible to explain because I never knew that I can love a person the way I felt immediately when I saw him being born.
I've heard that before. I've heard that like new moms, they become a mom the instant they know they're pregnant, but for guys, it's like they become a father
Right.
the minute they see their kid.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a thing. It really is.
Really?
I experienced it. It's. I promise you, it's definitely impossible to explain it, but it is a feeling.
I've heard, man. I've heard like just like as soon as you see your kid, like switches just start flipping in the brain.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. Well, cool. Shout out to your boy. Let's see. If you could have a superpower, what would you pick and how would you use it?
I always said I would like to have telekinesis.
Moves with your mind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because I'm so into like brain and the way the brain work, to know that my superpower focuses on my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brain
and I can
power
fuck
to
with
move
people. Like I can,
That's how you would use
I
it.
wouldn't use it for evil. I would use it for good. And
No,
I would
just
use
to
it for
prank
fun, too.
people,
Yeah, for
you know,
sure.
sitting at a restaurant and you move like a glass at someone else's
Right.
table, just freak them out.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good. It's toxic, but it's not
For
evil.
sure. Exactly. Neighborhood toxic guy. See?
There you go. It's on brand. Do you have any goals for the year ahead?
Just to keep going and get bigger and bigger gigs, to keep doing comedy, just increase my catalog, and just be the biggest me I can be. Yeah, just
That's
keep
good.
growing, to keep growing.
Yeah, keep
growing.
getting better.
Yeah.
Well, since you bring up like gigs, it's a little off script, but like thinking back in the past year, like are there gigs that stand out as like being great or like terrible gigs? Because Memphis is cool, but there's some rooms that are not always as fun to play.
Right.
I don't know if you ever did Rock House Live, but
Yeah,
that stands out when people are playing pool and
right.
racking up while you're trying to tell jokes.
Yeah,
That's a little distracting.
it was. I did this thing one time. It was a guy. He got this place, the Table, and he wanted to start doing some comedy there. So we just put something together. Like, hey, let's try it one night.
Yeah.
And like when I got there, it was like maybe 4 people there, and like. I
Yeah.
was telling other people to come the whole time. We was in there doing jokes. They was talking to each other, and it was like, I wouldn't feel it.
Yeah, I can't. That gets annoying, especially when it's other comics
Right.
like in the back.
Exactly.
Like I get if you want to have a conversation, that's fine. But when you're like talking at full volume,
Comics are so disrespectful to other comics while you on stage.
Yeah.
These are
They
the
don't
worst
care.
people you want to have in the crowd while you're doing your jokes.
yeah, because they don't. Well, sometimes it's not nice. Other
Right.
times, like on the flip side, though, I think there's no better feeling than like having another comic
Laugh.
like fall out
Laugh
laughing
for sure,
at a
100%,
bit.
yeah.
Because it's like it's one thing to impress a civilian,
Right.
But when another comic, when their brain is
Yeah.
like, oh shit, that bit
Yeah.
works, that's a different feeling.
And especially if you have a comic that's heard you do a bit and you kind of tweak it, and then they kiss you tweaking, it's like, oh, I see what you did with that one. Like,
yeah,
this.
they see the nuance.
right,
They see like a different tag on it or a different inflection. Yeah. Okay, moving right along. So what music are you into right now?
Right now, I really haven't been listening to a lot of music lately. But my music, like my playlist is red, it's black, it's green, it's yellow. When I tell you I'm all over the place. Like my playlist goes from Pooh Shiesty to Fleetwood Mac. Like I'm all over the place and everything.
That's a
in
pretty
between.
big spectrum.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So, but at the moment though, I really haven't been listening to a lot of music lately. But I just had my moments. Like some days I might just want to have some old classic rock. Like I listen to a lot of classic rock. You know, some days I might just want to listen to Scarface all day. Some days I might want to listen to Jay-Z all day. It just varies by the day.
Did you ever like think about getting into music?
I have no musical talents or skills.
Yeah,
at all.
I've heard
play
that
an
old
instrument.
adage that like all musicians think they're funny and all comics want to do music.
Yeah, music is not no.
No, not for you.
No.
That's fine.
I can't dance. I can't sing. I can't rap. I can't play any instruments.
So you're here
Music,
telling jokes.
I'm telling jokes.
Yeah, I feel that.
I'm on 1 and 3. I ain't on 2 and 4.
yeah. If you could have one meal with no consequences, what would it be?
I always gonna go steak. It's
Steak.
gonna be steak, potatoes, good lobster mac. Like this, just
Yeah, a good hearty
that's
meal.
my go-to. Yeah, just go sit on. I can sleep good and
Oh shit, yeah, that's like a nap,
right.
like a nap and a pill.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
you eat that, you're gonna
Like
pass
when you
out.
say no consequences, like without the constipation that comes with it, yes, I'm definitely going with it.
What's the biggest red flag you get from other people?
What's the biggest red flag I get from other people? When I feel like someone's doing something to manipulate me, or if they like acting a certain way for me to get something out of it, I can kind of catch that. So it's like, okay, you usually not act like this, or I know what's going on or what I got going on. So I kind of want to.
Yeah, people have ulterior motives.
Exactly.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. I don't know. I get annoyed with that too. I think when people get disingenuous,
Right.
or
Exactly.
insincere.
Exactly.
Yeah. We're moving right through these. We're gonna be so
and that's
short
the
on
thing about
time.
it though, because like, and that's why it's such a pet peeve for me, because everything I do is genuine. I can't put my expectations on everybody else.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, that's why it bothers me, because I do everything like it's always genuine with me. So
Yeah, my dad always said, expect the best from people and you'll be disappointed. Expect the worst from people and you'll rarely be let down.
I get that. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and you know, I'm not trying to be cynical, but you know, some people just don't have integrity.
For sure.
Yeah. Who would you put? It's an election year, so who would you put on a presidential ballot for this year? Like your president, your people. Who was the first person that popped into your head?
Donald
with that?
Trump and Kanye West.
You might see it. Honestly, dude. Like, it's not far outside the realm of possibility.
I actually like those two people. Like, I do. I really
Do you think Kanye could be a good VP, though? Like, do you think he could be the Luigi, the second player?
Nah,
I don't think he could, like...
He's not a number 2 person.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he could be second place.
Nah.
He would have to, like, step out in front of Trump and be the front guy.
But they're just two of my favorite people, though, so that's why I picked those.
It would be a strong ballot. I mean, that'd get a lot of votes for sure.
Yeah.
Is he even making music still?
Yeah, he got an album coming out this week.
Okay, I didn't know. All I see of him now is just pictures of him and his scantily clad wife.
Right, yeah.
On Twitter.
That's pretty scary when you see, I don't know what
It's some strange stuff,
Yeah,
man.
it
He
is.
really took that Kim Kardashian divorce hard.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Kim Kardashian with Pete Davidson. I don't know.
Yeah, and he was always, I don't even think he ever got over the trauma from when his mom passed, though, so.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't make fun of him for that.
Right,
I
right.
wouldn't wish that on anyone.
Right.
But yeah, you know, that
it's been a lot of like post traumatic type shit he's been doing since then. So that's why I kind of feel like that's a part of it.
Yeah, maybe once the album comes out, it'll be like a breath of relief.
Right. This is not me just
Gotta
trying to
get the work
defend
out.
Kanye on none of his shit, but it's just, just me being a fan and recognizing certain things.
Yeah, I guess I'm a fan. I don't really like the songs I've listened to.
Right.
I've enjoyed. Like clearly, he's got a talent for that. But he is like so. His energy is just at a 10 all the time, and sometimes it's a bit much to like take that in.
I just love people that's unapologetically their self. Whether it's just, I appreciate it.
I think my favorite quote from him is that his biggest regret is that he'll never get to see himself perform. That's a level of self-confidence everyone can aspire to.
That's probably the cockiest shit I ever heard in my life, though.
Right. That's why I say he can't be a VP.
Right.
But honestly, if he ran as the president and then Trump was the VP, now that would be interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just too many big egos.
Just
in the
imagine
kitchen.
like Kanye is president, Trump is vice president. We get 8 years of it, and Trump comes back and run again for another term.
Oh my, yeah. So they bookend it with Trump as the president again.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that might be what it takes to save the country.
Right.
What's one thing standing between you and happiness right now?
One thing standing between me and happiness. Only thing can stop me from happiness is my own self.
Mm-hmm.
The decisions that I make. I'm self-conscious about everything that I do, so it can't nothing stop me from happiness but me.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good
My
wise
decision
approach
making,
to it.
Like, it's on me.
Cool. Yeah. That's all the questions I have prepared. So, I mean, we still got like 15 minutes to fuck around.
How was your day, man?
It's been good. You know, I've been trying to do these like celebrity personal assistant videos.
Yeah.
So, like, a lot of my day has been sitting down and trying to like write out what would this famous person do. Like, literally sitting at my desk, like, how would Whoopi Goldberg start her day? That's the kind of questions I've been hitting my own self with.
Right.
And it's an exercise because it's making me examine like what do I do in my day?
Right.
You know, what do I do for exercise? What do I do for study? Or, you know, what kind of meals am I eating? And trying to just like examine that, it's really making me go introspective more than I wanted to.
Like, do you do like random scenarios like how would Bradley Cooper act at a car lot?
Stuff like that. But like honestly, it's made me go in and research a lot. So, you know, I'll like the other day I was doing one on Dolly Parton and I had to like look up Dolly Parton and see what all, you know, her Wikipedia page says about her and what all her websites got going on. So like I learned that she paired up with some cooking company.
And you learn a lot about people by doing it, like unintentionally though.
Unintentionally. And now I just have all this useless information in my head.
But you know what? It's going to make you great at trivia if you ever in the trivia room.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'll clean up at trivia night. No, honestly, I feel like it's made me better writing for You Look Like.
Yeah.
You know, I got that coming up on the 17th.
Right.
And I'm trying to like write out, you know, jokes against LaToya and Tylen and Nat and Kate and Lucas, you know, other people on the show. But because I'm looking at celebrities and just like sometimes it's people that I don't even know.
Right.
Like someone gave me a request to do Brandy Carlisle, and I don't know who that is. So I got to look up, and then rather than try to learn everything about this person, I'm just trying to look at their face online and say like, what do they look like they do?
Right.
Because it has to be like something believable that they would do.
Like you look like a crossing guard at a dog track or some shit, like, you know. Just
Yeah, something like that. I think God, I'm trying to think what was some good ones. You know, go watch them. I don't know. Go watch my fucking TikToks. So yeah, man. So plugs. You know, you said you got shows coming up. You got a clean show.
Got a clean show coming up in Jackson, Tennessee. You know, I got to start like doing better with my social media because there was a request. You know, you got the request box and you got your like archives and primary and all that. And this lady had messaged me back in like January, and I just saw it the other day.
Yeah.
But lucky for me, they still needed someone.
So she wanted you to do a show where at?
It's in Jackson, Tennessee.
And this is a clean show?
Yeah, it's a clean show.
Okay. Yeah, you got to check your messages, man. Like
definitely.
you've already put out that 45-minute set from Chuckles. Talk about that because like that's something, you know, I'm supposed to be doing like a 30-minute set at the Lit Cafe. So what was the experience like? You know, because that's like a leg up.
Yeah,
like you do your 5-minute sets, and that's you get used to that at the mics, and then you get like your first 10-minute spot. It's like holy shit, I gotta like fill all this time. So what was it like? You know, what was the process like getting ready for that? What was the process of actually like How did it feel going into the day of? What was the feeling afterwards?
Well,
Like, walk me through that.
It was like, it was prep. Okay, so the way, me personally, the way I prep, if I know I got a show coming up, I'm doing 15 minutes, 20 minutes, or whatever it is, I start going over my jokes that I'm going to use, and I remember everything by topics. Like, that's my technique. I go,
Okay.
I remember my topics, and I line them up in my head, and I, like, create a jingle, like, boom, 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 boom. And I repeat it, I repeat it, I repeat it, I repeat it.
Yeah,
and it was
until
just,
it's drilled in.
Right, and it was just a different form of preparation, and it was just me basically lining up my transitions, and me being excited about it kind of helped too. Like, instead of me being nervous, I was excited about it, so that kind of like helped the curve of remembering it all. And
what was it like the day of? Like, were things like going well? Was there a moment where you thought like, oh shit, things are going wrong?
You know, the only thing I was concerned about that day was I just hope I'm able to get my nap in.
Yeah,
That was
be
my
well
only
rested.
concern.
Yeah,
That was my only concern.
Yeah,
that was my only concern that day.
And do you remember what it was like, filming through the stage, or was like it? Because sometimes you go up on stage and you kind of like black out,
Right.
especially when you're riffing on something.
Right.
Like you kind of lose your spot, or did you feel like you had, did it stay on track the whole time?
That's what I was the most proud about that set. I literally did every joke that I wanted to do in the order that I wanted to do them.
Hell yeah.
Like, everything I wanted to
Follow
do.
the plan.
And it might have been some small improv or threw something in that was going on in the room, but everything I wanted to do and the way I wanted to do it, it came out.
Right on.
Yeah.
And how did it feel afterwards? Was it like, okay, I did that, what's next?
Right. Yeah. That's exactly what it was. I was embracive of that high for a minute because it was a high for me, but it still was like, okay, what's next? I know I can do this. You know what I'm saying? And then it gave me a lot more confidence when I do like 10 to 15 to 20 minute sets too.
Right.
Like,
You've done
right now for me,
45.
15 minutes is I have so much fun doing 15 minutes. Like, that's my comfort zone right now.
I
do
agree.
20, I'll do 30, but like 15 minutes, I can get off what I know. I got my good go-tos. I can go to like 15 minutes is a good spot for me right now.
You don't feel like you're desperate or stretching to fill time, but it's also like time enough to get into like the bigger ideas with your set.
Exactly.
Yeah. I feel like, you talk about that high coming off like the 45-minute set. I feel like that's sort of a paradox when it comes to being creative, because or really anything in life, like on the one hand, you want to like take a minute and appreciate where you're at, but you don't want to get comfortable and be like, oh, I don't need to do anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's that push between like always wanting to do something better and actually enjoying where you're at.
And that's exactly why it didn't put me in a place of cockiness to where I don't need to go do open mics for the next couple of weeks. I just did 45 minutes on Chuckle stage. Like, nah, let me get back to it and keep this energy going.
Stay in the pocket.
Yeah.
I don't understand how some people I see them not going to mics, and granted, like they may be doing shows elsewhere. I get that, but maybe it's just because I'm early in my development. But like I always feel the need. Like, I was disappointed to see the Comedy Joint was canceled tonight. Yeah, because it's like I wanted to do 2 mics. I'm about to be out of town. I don't want to miss out on time. But yeah, cool, man. Well, do you have anything else to plug for the people out there? You got podcast, videos?
Just got a couple shows coming up. Doing my next show, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. My flavor shows. We canceled the last one because of the weather, so we get that coming around. March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, which is my favorite day to celebrate.
Really? That's your favorite holiday?
Green is my favorite color, and I love St. Patrick's Day because it's the only holiday, one of the only holidays that there's never drama. If you out on St. Patrick's Day, everybody's just having fun.
I feel like there's some drama. Like,
I never see fights of people like arguing on St. Patrick's Day.
You've never seen a bunch of drunks get into a brawl?
I've seen a lot of drunks just having fun on St. Patrick's Day.
I guess that's true. They all got a reason to be happy.
Right.
Did you see that scuffle that happened at, you were there, at Lamp last night?
Yeah, I was outside.
That was wild, dude.
That was wild.
They were sober, too.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like.
And it was just out the blue, like.
Yeah, I was trying to explain it to Merritt, like everyone's, outside the Lamp, and we're talking over there in the parking lot.
In our comedian circle.
And then I heard the sounds of a scuffle.
Right.
And then you look over and there's a dude in a walker just laid out in the street. And then a dude with 2 functional legs just walking away down the street.
That was wild.
That
was wild.
But yeah, if they had been drunk on St. Patrick's Day, that wouldn't have happened.
Exactly. That's why I love St. Patrick's Day. So March 17th, Flavors on Main Street.
Yeah, that's a good plug. All right. Thanks for being here, man.
No problem, man. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.